long 56.25. Reason for getting long, just had outer down bars on the 500 and 1500 tip bar chart. Got support coming in here on the 1500. We've also had support on 500 flush down here, but yeah, it's fairly weak, kind of been selling off. But we could have just overshot on the 4500 tip bar chart and just be caught by support on the 13,500. Certainly having a go at it, so just long as 56.25. Okay, just a minute later, another amateur down bar on 500 tip bar chart. We just had exhaustion buying for a second there. I'm playing this swing on the 1500 tip bar chart, but just also conscious we're underneath support on the 45. No blue professional bars yet on the 15s, pretty quiet so far. Don't think anybody has any strong opinions what to do today. So let's hope that was just a minor little test and we could be getting a little bit of a breakout into a trend move. So it's still holding up at 57. Okay, we just had an amateur up bar now on 1500 tip bar chart into a flush signal, and we got resistance due. No blue professional bars, and we just had some bearish divergence on 500, still going up to 58, but it certainly is weak. So my target's at 60.25. I think we'll be lucky to get there, but let's just hold it for a second more, see if we get a little bit of a kind of explosive pop where the professionals decide to come in. So still holding long from 56.25. Okay, now blue professional bars coming on the 500 and the 1500 tip bar chart. Was a little bit of a retracement kind of happening there. So the question is, are the professionals getting short right there? In which case we'll drop through the lows, or were they buying that little retrace on an expectation of a breakout? In which case we'll go up. So initially looks like they're selling. Let's keep on holding for a second more. Another blue professional bar on 500. This went short 56 even. So just a quarter point loss on that one, but let's see, short 56 even. It's just kind of bouncing back. But now this is almost like an icebreaker trade here, where we've first blue professional bar on the 1500 tip bar chart after the open, and when it's a cyclical kind of resistance or support, when we kind of get a break of the highs or lows. It looks like on the 45 this could be support becomes resistance, so this could just have been a really weak bounce, and then we kind of end up going down a little bit harder. So short 56 even, starting to look good. So 54.25 I think was the low so far this morning. And blue professional bar just came in there on the 500 heading into that. Here we go, we're breaking through it, and minus 6,000 on better momentum, so that was almost like falling through the ice. It's kind of held up temporarily because you always get kind of like a technical bounce at a previous low, but if we run it a little bit, we'll gun some stops and go down. Target's at 52 even. So, but I might move that out if we get a little bit more, not by much though. So still holding short. Let's see. I just moved out my target to 51 even. I want to get a little bit, got that quarter point loss to make up, but if we also get a little bit of a runner, I want to get more than the normal 4. And another blue professional bar on 1500. Here we go. Here we go, so that was a whole bunch of stops run, minus 6,000 on better momentum. So we're coming down into 52s. So just a fraction more, please. This is where I get to regret my moving my targets. So support kind of due at some point here. Not kind of exhaustion yet, certainly not on 500, which is kind of interesting, but anyway. See? Alright, so blue professional bar coming on the 1500 tip bar chart at support here. It hasn't reached exhaustion. We're below support on 500, so looks like we're in a trend move here. The low previous to the open was 52, which is why it made some sense to keep my stop there rather than moving it. But anyway, so finding a little bit of resistance here. Just need another kind of just loss of confidence and just to drop a little bit. Certainly no one's in any hurry to buy this right now, but it's just gone a little bit quiet temporarily. Just another blue professional bar on 15 and another one on 45, but it was almost like that wasn't buying, that was almost selling, because it was on this little tiny little retrace here. It was speak too early, so pullback and a downtrend's gone off on 45. Just needs to lose a little bit of confidence and then it'll drop through 52s to 51, so come on down. Just out at 51. Excellent. Just accelerated a little bit there just as well, just as we came through the 52s. 4-5, loss of quarter on the first point, so 4 3/4, and quite happy with that. 2 trades, 8:50 AM. And so coming in exhaustion, selling on the downside. We've got 8,000 minus 8,000 on the 1500 tip bar chart and blue professional bar, so that will most likely be a pro signal exit. Looks like there was a little bit more on this move, but I'd much prefer getting out on my targets rather than there we go, so pro signal exit's gone off. So 51, so if I'd hit the ask it would have been 51 there. And then pull back to end of trend. We've got blue professional bars coming on the 4500 tip bar chart. So that was a nice one, kind of a little setup here on the 1500 tip bar chart. So there was some weakness. It's trying to find a bottom here, but flush. And coming into that cyclical turn, it was an amateur up bar, and then the blue professional bar, and then we dropped the lows. So that's an icebreaker exit entry. The first blue professional bar after the open on the 1500 tip bar chart, when it comes in with a cycle turn, and kind of drop the lows with resistance, bang, and then out at pro signal exit. And that's great, happy with that. And I might, in fact, funnily enough, leave it there for today because surf's up. Anyway, hope you traded well today.